Dr. Ranganathan.
Good evening, Pranesh. Look, I think it's disgusting beyond measure how our opposition is behaving at a time when the entire nation should come together. We have these shameless, hateful people saying sickening, misogynist things like Modi should be sent bangles. I repeat, the Prime Minister has got my back. Even his sworn adversaries would acknowledge that in matters of defense and national security, time and again, Modi has risen to the occasion. Like Grossman's General Novikov, he chooses his time and his place. That is what leaders do. They listen, but they lead. Let me take just one example of what has transpired in the last week, what Modi has done. And I'm not even going to talk of one. His new doctrine as far as Pakistan is concerned, an act of terror would be seen as an act of war, or two, orchestrating an awe-inspiring offensive and defensive military operation, and three, calling out once and for all Pakistan's nuclear bluff. No, I want to talk of something else. I want to talk of something no one is talking of. Pranesh, comparisons are at best tenuous, but holding the Indus Water Treaty of 1960 in abeyance will go down in history as Prime Minister Narendra Modi's greatest achievement. Superseding 370 abrogation, CAA, or even groundbreaking welfare measures like Swachh Bharat and Ujjwala. This is because in a single stroke, he has not only corrected yet another gargantuan Nehruvian blunder, Article 370 being another, that made India suffer intolerably for half a century. He has ensured long-term peace in the region through leveraging a mechanism that puts the onus of maintaining peace squarely on the terror state of Pakistan. Such a mechanism, a waters treaty, it should be emphasized, does not exist between China and any of its neighbors, including India, that share river waters with it. That has existed between India and Pakistan and was so lopsided in Pakistan's favor and was never revisited despite multiple wars and terror attacks perpetrated by Pakistan is inexcusable. War or retributive actions like surgical strikes or Operation Sindoor are required to teach the enemy a lesson. But because there is a cost, economic and social for it, even for India, war is not the best deterrent. Leveraging the Indus waters is. It is a tap. And depending upon how Pakistan behaves, the tap can gush either peace or war. The well-being, safety, prosperity and livelihood of its people are in Pakistan's hand. Prime Minister Modi now must ensure that the Indus Waters Treaty is kept in abeyance till such time it is redrafted and the revised form put forward, if at all, for an agreement between the two nations of India and Pakistan. I have today, Pranesh, published an article by article, clause by clause redrafting of the Indus Waters Treaty that could serve as a template for its revision. I encourage people to read it, to understand what Nehru signed away and how for 60 years we suffered because of that. So all those who are saying Modi is weak, I hope you get some sense in your brain and see what exactly Modi has managed. Unprecedented it is.
Because you put that draft for the government or pass that be to take note of, you will be called as a pracharak. So be ready when that comes your way. Now Sanju Verma, the opposition is saying, why can't they ask legitimate questions?
You know, Pranesh, asking legitimate questions, even disagreeing with the establishment, the political establishment of the day is par for the course. But जो कहते हैं कि सही वक्त पर सही चीज बोलनी बहुत आवश्यक है, यहां पर गलत चीज बोली जा रही है और गलत वक्त पर बोली जा रही है. It is a double whammy. First and foremost, let me say one thing very clear. After the initial chicanery कि नहीं हम तो सरकार के साथ खड़े हैं, we will speak in one voice. 24 घंटे हुए नहीं और राजनाथ सिंह के कहने के बावजूद, एस जयशंकर के कहने के बावजूद, डीजीएमओ की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के बावजूद, मंडे को ही इस हफ्ते प्रधानमंत्री की हिस्टोरिक एड्रेस, उन्होंने सारे जो डाउट्स थे, आशंकाएं थी, सबको एक एक करके पॉइंटेडली आंसर किया. उसके बावजूद लुक एट द ऑडेसिटी. Every Congressee, what does Jairam Ramesh say? Oh, you know, we inducted the BrahMos missiles into the Indian Navy in 2005, into the Indian Army in 2007. तो भाई साहब, आपने फिर 26/11 जब हुआ, उसके बाद why didn't you use the BrahMos missile? Then what does Pawan Khera say? Oh, you know, the Prime Minister is more interested in addressing rallies. He still not forgotten what Prime Minister did in Madhubani, which was not a rally, incidentally, to start with. This is the same lot which actually was cheerleading when Ram Gopal Yadav used the C word for former CJI, Mr. Chandrachud. C word. I will not expand on that. This is a family channel. This is the same lot जहां पर एक अखिलेश यादव ने उत्तर प्रदेश के 2022 के असेंबली चुनाव से पहले कहा था, ये तो अच्छी बात है कि मोदी जी वाराणसी बार बार आते हैं, जब किसी का अंत समय होता है तो काशी आना स्वाभाविक है। और आज इनके चुटमुट प्रवक्ता जिनको अंग्रेजी बोलनी नहीं आती, अंग्रेजी की डिबेट पर आकर बीजेपी को
नहीं वो तो ठीक है, अंग्रेजी हिंदी का सवाल नहीं है संजू वर्मा, बट ये निखिल जैन, आप शो में इससे पहले भी अपना चेहरा ढक रहे थे पेपर से, फिर आपने दूसरी बार भी ढका, फिर आप बोलेंगे कि प्रणेश आप म्यूट ही नहीं कर देते, मेरे चेहरे पे भी कुछ लगा देते। Why do you do these things, Nikhil? Why? What is this? I mean, you have a mic, you can speak. Why do you resort to this? Are you trying to hold up one magazine for the viewer to read?
I have to.
Now, no, 1 minute. That was not the question. The question is this. And before the question, I want to play out. I am sure you've seen this clip. Sanju Verma was talking about Jairam Ramesh and Pawan Kheda. When a question on Turkey was asked, look at the musical chairs going on. See this.
सर टर्की बॉयकॉट,
टर्की के बाइकाट पे सर
इस पर भी हम शीघ्र आपसे जरूर मुखातिब।
सर
थैंक यू।
सर टर्की बॉयकॉट,
टर्की के बाइकाट पे सर
इस पर भी हम शीघ्र आपसे जरूर मुखातिब।
सर
निखिल, ये ओके, थैंक यू, टाटा, बाय बाय हो गया। Why couldn't they answer this question? But you tell me, you see, when memes like Rahul is fire and Modi ceasefire is published from a Congress handle or Congress Neta's handle, what purpose does it serve?
Pranesh, can I now please answer? First of all, you keep on raising the incident about me raising my objections to you muting you. Your viewers can see on your channel 1 week ago the debate. For 5 minutes you muted me and you kept on interjecting and you kept on speaking with the other panelists. But let's leave that apart. And Sanju is of course free to make personal remarks against people. She can make remarks about no hair being on my head. She can make remarks about SP spokesperson not knowing English. She'll probably make a remark against you the moment you decide and have the courage to interject her. But all that apart, I was not hiding my face like you have seem to understand. I was raising placards to raise about the lies that Sanju Verma, the BJP spokesperson, is raising about things here. First of all, Field Marshal Manekshaw, his funeral was attended by the Defence Minister in 2008. Let's not spread lies. He was given a proper state honour, as he must have been, as he should have been. And there is a Manekshaw Centre named in New Delhi after Field Marshal Manekshaw, which was made during the UPA government. But I don't know where she gets the fact from. The second, I was raising this when she says that Prime Minister was raising the, addressing the nation in all important, unprecedented press conference or rally or whatever the Prime Minister was doing. Madam, the Prime Minister did not attend either of the two all-party meetings that was held by the Government of India with consensus with all political parties. He's never spoken in the Parliament about this. He's not yielding to the demands of a special Parliament session about this. He does not appear in the Parliament.
Yeah, so because of following reasons, the Congress decides to put out this meme, fire, ceasefire. Quick question, quick answer, Sanju Verma. Dr. Ranganathan, coming to you.
Pranesh, I repeat, 1.3 crore was the pension amount due to Sam Manekshaw 36 सालों के बाद, 1 year before his sad demise in 2007, after 36 years on the intervention of APJ Abdul Kalam, Sam Manekshaw got his pension. शर्म आनी चाहिए कांग्रेस के प्रवक्ताओं को। Sam Manekshaw की इज्जत की धज्जियां उड़ा दी थी इंदिरा गांधी ने, and this is something that has been written by Natwar Singh, who was a career congressman for the longest time, in his book, One Life is Not Enough, where he says that Indira Gandhi humiliated Sam Manekshaw at every given opportunity. Congress ke darbari, read Natwar Singh's book, One Life is Not Enough, and you will realize Indira Gandhi was a small
Here
leader.
comes another placard. But what, Dr. Ranganathan, of what you've heard from Nikhil Jain, what do you think?
It's very unfortunate because look, we've spent about more than half an hour, Pranesh, with due respect. The topic was something else. The topic was, can you prove or disprove whether Mr. Modi is weak? So you bring out your argument saying that Mr. Modi is weak. The others bring out their argument saying, no, that's not true. That is what the debate should have been. And it's been completely taken tangential, derailed by the Congress spokespeople, the people who are sympathetic to the Congress or the opposition. It is not my case to rebut that point. I just want to give you two examples over and above what I've already stated. Please tell me, how is the Prime Minister weak when after 60 years of India suffering intolerably because of the IWT, he has put it in abeyance? How is he weak? How is the Prime Minister weak when not once but twice he has called out Pakistan's nuclear bluff? And it was because of that nuclear bluff when our Air Force Chief pleaded with the then late Prime Minister Manmohan Singh to bomb the terror hubs in Pakistan in the wake of 26/11. He was forbidden to do so. And people are still proud that they did not attack the terror hubs in Pakistan. Is that weakness or is that strength? So can we please talk about facts? The facts are what Prime Minister Modi has done is unprecedented in the annals of modern Indian history. That is a fact. You want to disprove me? You bring facts out. Don't bring insinuations, and because I can also say it is a fact, in fact, that Pandit Nehru forbade the then President Rajendra Prasad to attend Sardar Patel's funeral. And then he forbade the then President Radhakrishnan to attend Rajendra Prasad's funeral. This is the kind of hateful.
No, there are many other examples. I don't want to take that route. No one has forgotten what they did to Ambedkar. But Nikhil, do you want to answer that question? Because I have Tariq Bhai waiting.
Absolutely, I want to answer. I absolutely want to answer on facts. He's raised a very important point. We should be talking about Indus Water Treaty and why the Prime Minister is or is not weak. So Indo-Pakistan history is quite checkered. We all know 1947 to 48 there was a war. India won. Prime Minister Nehru, Congress. 1965 India won. Congress government. 1971 India won. Indira Gandhi government. 1999 India won. Atal Bihari Vajpayee as the Prime Minister. 26/11 attacks happened in 2008. All the terrorists were neutralized except one who was caught, used as a proof for the international community that Pakistan is the one funding terror against this country, was put on trial, was hanged. Who was the government at power? Congress. Now what happens in 2016? Pathankot Air Base is attacked. What does Prime Minister Modi do?
You haven't answered the question why PM Modi is weak. You see, Nikhil, you haven't answered that question. And by the way, in 2008, there was also the Congress's theory. 1 minute. आरएसएस की साजिश, वो बीच में बोलना भूल गए, वो भी है. सी द नोट दैट यू हैव, उसमें वो एक लाइन होगा एट द बॉटम परहैप्स. या
Pranesh, it was never
Dr. Ranganathan is saying something.
That RSS was involved in the 26.
No, I like Nikhil, he's a good friend, but the fact of the matter is he's not answered my question. The question was very simple. Was it a fact or not that our ex-air chief actually pleaded with the then Prime Minister to bomb Pakistan terror targets in the
Dr. Ranganathan, he hasn't answered your question. He hasn't answered Sanju Verma's question. She's asked him twice. Tell me how is the Prime Minister weak, because he can't answer the question. Tariq Khan, Sanju Verma, I'm coming to you. 1 minute, ma'am. Tariq Khan, can you answer the question? How is Prime Minister Modi weak?
Immediately respond to the उनको तुरंत प्रेसिडेंट ट्रम्प का जवाब देना चाहिए. क्यों नहीं वो प्रेसिडेंट की बातों का जवाब दे रहे? क्यों जो मिनिस्ट्री है वो जवाब दे रही है? प्राइम मिनिस्टर को देना चाहिए जवाब कि आप कौन होते हैं बीच में बोलने वाले. प्राइम मिनिस्टर कह भी सकते हैं, मजबूत प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, लेकिन जब प्राइम मिनिस्टर खुद ना बोलकर दूसरे लोगों से कहते हैं बोले, क्योंकि प्रेसिडेंट है, वो नर्सरी क्लास के बच्चे नहीं हैं, वो प्रेसिडेंट ट्रम्प है बोल रहे हैं, इसलिए लगता है कि वीक है. बाकी आप लोग हैं. और एक बात कहना चाहता हूं, जो तुर्की बैन के ऊपर मैं नवभारत टाइम्स की खबर पढ़ रहा हूं. तुर्की की एक कंपनी सेलेबी एविएशन देश की 9 एयरपोर्ट पर सुरक्षा का काम देखती है. इनमें दिल्ली, मुंबई, चेन्नई जैसे बड़े हवाई अड्डे भी शामिल हैं. एंड दिस वाज 11 आवर्स अगो.
कैंसिल हो गया वो. आपका रिसर्च अपडेट कीजिए. ये कभी-कभी होता है कि आपने पेपर तो सुबह आया होगा, ये अपडेट वाला वो रिफ्रेश कीजिए एक बार पेज. तारिक भाई, आप उसको रिफ्रेश कीजिए एक बार. अब जो नया हेडलाइन आएगा वो पढ़िएगा. संजू, आई एम सॉरी तारिक भाई. Sanju Verma, you have the last word on the show.
Thank you. Pranesh, I just want to say one thing for the Aam Aadmi Party, specifically Sanjay Singh, who's taken pot shots at the Prime Minister. जी हाँ, नरेंद्र मोदी महान है क्योंकि 2016 का सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक हुआ. जी हाँ, नरेंद्र मोदी महान है बिकॉज आज भारत दुनिया की 5वीं सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था है. जी हाँ, नरेंद्र मोदी महान है बिकॉज ही इज पुट इन अबेयंस the Indus Water Treaty, which did not happen for the last 6.5 decades. जी हाँ, नरेंद्र मोदी महान है because he undertook the Balakot strike of 2019, crossing the international border. जी हाँ, नरेंद्र मोदी महान है because he's undertaken Operation Sindoor in 2025, striking at the heart of Pakistan, Lahore, Rawalpindi, Punjab, etc. जी हाँ, नरेंद्र मोदी महान है क्योंकि आपके आका अरविंद केजरीवाल आउट ऑन बेल है. अभी तक उनको बेगुनाह नहीं कहा गया. संजय सिंह, you're out on bail. Satinder Jain is out on bail.
Dr. Shelly Oberoi wants to counter you. Dr. Shelly Oberoi, क्या दिखा रही है मैम? What is this?
Yes, Mrs. Verma, I want justification on this. How the foreign policy has miserably failed. A photograph of the chairman of the Adani Group along with the president of that country supporting Pakistan. This is the foreign policy of a country which has failed miserably. ये सिर्फ foreign policies बनती हैं अपने दोस्तों को benefit देने के लिए. These policies are only for benefiting their friends. These foreign policies has failed. They have failed.
Okay. Sanju Verma, quick response, then we move on.
शांत हो जाओ. आपके बॉस केजरीवाल को वापस तिहाड़ जेल जाना है. इतना उछलने की जरूरत नहीं है डिबेट पर. शांत हो जाओ. पूरी की पूरी पार्टी आउट ऑन बेल है और यहाँ बैठकर नैतिक ताकत आप सर्टिफिकेट बांट रही हैं. शर्म आती है या नहीं? थोड़ी शर्म बची हो या नहीं? शर्म.
Okay. Now we have to move on, but before that, you know, the white paper, Nikhil Jain, that you were holding up. Yes, I agree with you. The Congress must bring out a white paper on how to behave, how to put India first, how to put, you know, national interest first. I understand that sentiment of the white paper, unless you have something else in mind or you disagree with the three things that I have said.